Welcome to another episode of Buy or Buy, where I go on eBay and buy sports cards right in front of your guys' faces because I believe this is the best way to actually teach people how to make money buying and selling sports cards by me actually doing the action. And I'm going to hop to my computer here in a second and go on eBay for about 30 minutes or so and literally buy cards live, but just to give you a little bit of a premise as to what's to happen. So right now, while I'm speaking, it's February, and I'm looking to buy what is not hot right now, get these cards graded, and sell them when they're hot. And if you don't know what it means to get a card graded, basically what you're doing is you're buying a card, you're sending it to a company for this company to assess the quality and condition of the card. And if the condition and quality are good, then this card will grade a 10, which means you will be able to double or triple your money if you do things correctly. And it takes about a month or 2 months for these cards to get graded. So what I'm looking to do is buy cards that I think have a high chance of appreciating in the next few months. So when I get these cards back from grading, they'll be worth more than what I paid today on top of the card getting a 10. So some names I like: Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, CJ Stroud. I think these guys are really good buys right now because they're low. Then you have the new rookies, who I think are not as good of buys for the purpose of these cards appreciating, but they just have a lot of cards out there to be graded, like Drake Maye and Penix and Jaden Daniels, because their good cards just came out, so they're a little bit newer, and there's just a lot of them to buy and get graded. I prefer to buy like the guys a year back, like Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, but I'll buy any of it. But let's hop to my computer and see what happens. All right, let's do it. Let's start buying some cards. So best way to do this: one, I'm gonna have a tab of eBay opened. I'm gonna have another tab of eBay open to look at sales of cards. I'm also gonna have this app called Market Movers. This lets me look at like past trends of cards, and it's a little bit more in depth. Then also I'm gonna open up this app called Easy Sniper, and this is actually gonna allow me to snipe cards last second on auction. So if there's an auction of a card, I could just go in and just click a button, and it's going to automatically snipe it for me in the last second. But let's look first at my most favorite purchase, and that would be Bryce Young. And what I want to do is, if I click advanced, so if you saw what I just did, I'm clicking advanced up here, going to ending soonest. And what I'm going to do here is do minimum prices to $100 for minimum price, min bid count 1. So what that's doing, it's only going to show me cards that have at least one bid, okay? And what that tells me is the card is within market value, because sometimes people will start these cards at $300 on an auction, but the card's actually only worth $200, and people do it all the time, and I don't want to see those cards because it's a waste of time. So let's see what we got cooking here. So we have this Bryce Young Kaboom, Gem Mint. This guy's putting Gem Mint as a question mark. Scotch. The corners look pretty good. Let's see. I don't guarantee a gem grade, but I can't find any imperfections. I would not be surprised if this gems. Please do not bid thinking I'm guaranteeing it. This guy seems confident, but he also seems scared that someone's gonna like return the card on him or something. But then again, this guy also probably grades cards. Look at all his other cards; they're all graded. Huh, interesting. Let's look what this card's worth. So Bryce Young, Kaboom, 2023. Let's take a quick look here and see. Let's also pull up something as well to help you guys out. Let's pull this up. Just if we need to do some math, let's pull this up as well. So let's take a look here. If we go to sold items, we could see we're looking at the horizontal version. So this card graded at 10, sold for like $1,100, $1,000, and not graded. There's not many that did 450, 441. This card's at 501. Yes, I don't like the margins, right? This card is $1,000 as a PSA 10. And if I'm buying a card, I want to try to at least double my money. It's a great card, but I actually don't like to buy Kabooms and downtowns that much, which is a specific type of card that's very popular, because a lot of the time, sometimes, but a lot of the time you don't double your money, and they're kind of hard to grade. So I don't buy them a lot, to be honest with you. It's kind of hit or miss. But let's see what else we got. So Bryce Young Silver Prism, Bryce Young Purple. This could be an interesting card to just buy and hold. 6 days left. I'm curious what this card sells for. Bryce Young, purple, Prism 2023. What's this number to? Number to 125. And this is not an easy card to grade a 10. So this card is like $100, $111 raw. A 10 did 500. I don't know if I believe that. 374. Let's look here. Purple at a 125. See if there's any PSA 10. So this, the last sale actually did 250. December 29th. And I could tell you just based off of these sales, $111, just from me being in sports cards, this year of Prism was very hard to grade 10s. So if I could buy this, it's already $200. But honestly, if I could buy this for under 300, that would be a win. So I'm going to copy this eBay item number down here, go to Easy Sniper, put it in. I'm going to bid like 298. I don't know if I'm going to win it. Probably not, but I think it's the comps kind of play in my favor. And I think this card is an easy make 30 to 50%. So not too bad. Let's do the same type of search. Let's look at auctions of CJ Stroud. Let's take a look at what Stroud's got going on. Let's go to advanced here. Let's put minimum bid count 1. Okay, it's already there. Let's search CJ Stroud. What do we got going on here? So this is an interesting card. Neon Marble out of 4. Contenders Optic. Huh. The corner up here looks a little white. This is I love to take big swings, and I don't think this card's gonna grade. It's a little off-centered here. The left to the right. The right's a little bit bigger, but I think this corner, it looks just white. So unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna grade a 10. It's a really nice card though. But unfortunately, I don't think it's buyable. CJ Stroud, Bowman Yellow University. Yeah, these cards are a little old, so I'm not going to buy them, but they do pretty decent. New Prism. I prefer to state of rookie stuff. This is his 2024 Prism, and CJ Stroud's rookie year was 2023. So you could probably make money on something like this. I don't prefer to buy stuff that's not rookie. I have a little bit harder of a time getting rid of it. So I'm going to stay away from that. Let's see this. Cosmic Select. His card looks well centered. It looks pretty good. And let's see if it says anything down here. Nothing. Let's see the seller's other items. Nothing as well. This could also be an interesting card to buy. Let's look up what this card sells for. CJ Stroud, Cosmic Select. So you have to be careful with this product called Select because there are a bunch of different variations. So there are none popping up. Let's make the search more broad. Will that help us out? Cosmic. Let's do like minimum price, $100 to weed out all the crap. Huh. There's not many sales of this card. Let's look it up here. This is why we have this as a backup. Cosmic Select. Yeah, wow, there's no sales. Yeah. I'm going to stay away because there's no sales. Since there's no sales, it'll probably sell for over. I think I actually bid on this card already down here. This blue shimmer CJ Stroud. And let's also take a look. I think Anthony Richardson is a good purchase. I want to look at auctions here because I'm being lazy and I don't feel like going back and forth with the seller because I'm going to forget. So let's just keep it to auctions because I can just bid on it, forget about it, and then if I buy it, great, I'll purchase it, and that's that. But the only downside is auctions are just a little bit more better cards. People usually know if they have good stuff, and they usually don't put them for auctions. Usually, like you'll actually be able to buy better stuff, more stuff with not auctions. But this is like the lazy way. Buy and sell sports cards. Let's see. This is a really nice card. So these blue ice cards do really, really good. Let's look this up on market. Let's look this up on Market Movers. Anthony Richardson, blue ice, Prism 2023. Let's look at PSA 10s. So the last PSA 10 sale did 1.38K. And you could see when he really was like, I think this is when remember when he quit and he just looked terrible? Maybe he got injured or he stopped playing during a game because he said he was tired. This was the time to buy it right here. And then it came back up. But you could see what this card was worth before the season last year. It was worth like $3,000. It's not going to get there. But the last one did 1.3. I don't really like this card at 1.3. It's 6 days left. I mean, I'll come in and try to snipe it at, let's see. I don't know, like 11.78. I don't really want to pay more than $1,200. So let's see. Hopefully I'll win that. And let's move over to our boy Drake Maye. Let's see what he's got here. Minimum price $100. We could lower this. Yeah, we'll keep it on at $100. So it's downtown. These are nice cards, but once again, the problem with them a lot of the times, I don't double my money. And I want to at least double my money if I'm grading a card at 10. So like, yeah, this card's like 700, a 10 did 14. It's like after fees and stuff, you're not really doubling your money. It's a really nice card, and it's probably worth buying, but it's not something that interests me too much. Let's see this Prism card. This corner looks a little bit rounded. I had a coach buy a Drake Maye silver Prism for like $80, and he got a 10, and you should be able to sell it for like $600-700. This one looks pretty good. This is a good card of like from this product Mosaic. It's called Genesis. This is like the type of card in the product Mosaic, and people just like it a lot. I think it's a pretty solid card. So let's look up what this sells for. Drake Maye Genesis. So this card did. It's kind of all over the place. 315 auction, 320. Okay, so it's like auction. It's like 325. A 9 did $500. I don't know if that's real. 390. What's this card at? This card's already at $300. So what do I want to pay for a card like this? Well, I probably... there's no 10 sales. I know I'll double my money with a 10 though here. I'll come in at like 354. Maybe I'll win. Once again, I think I'm being a little cheap there. I don't know if I'm going to win, but maybe. We will see. See what else we got. So checkerboard. These cards, I mean, you're going to make a lot of money if it tens, but it's just going to be hard to 10 these cards. Just because the back corners are so messed up. So like this card, this corner looks pretty good. Like it looks like, yeah, I can't really see anything wrong with it, but the centering, this top right here is smaller than the bottom, so I'm not going to buy it for that reason. Like if I'm buying a Prism card, it's got to look pretty damn perfect or pretty damn close. Red and yellow, yeah, you can see this card's off center, and you can see this top border is bigger than this bottom border right here. So no good. Really nice card, but no good for buying and grading, or at least what I'm trying to do over here. The corner's a little white. Not my cup of tea. Switch over to Michael. Let's just rip through all the quarterbacks. Michael Penix. You can see, so some stuff is coming back from grading, and you're just going to see there's just simply not a lot of 10s. That's just the reality of it, unfortunately. Michael Penix, every time I look, he just does not have the amount of cards some of these other guys have. I don't know why, or maybe that's just how I feel. I don't know why it's making me search again, so I don't run over cards that don't have any bids. Oh, he hasn't signed his autographs, so some of them are redemptions. Michael Penix. Stained glass. I have a bunch of students buying this stuff and making money. Let's see if this guy sells. Or grades, I mean. He definitely doesn't grade cards. And let's look at what this card sells for. Michael Penix stained glass. This card's like almost $300, $297. One did $197, which is kind of scary. I wonder if there's any. PSA 10s of any of these quarterbacks. So Anthony Richardson, Bo Nix did I don't trust that. $1,400 sounds like too much. Let's see Jaden Daniels. So what I'm looking at here is I just want to see, can you double your money with these cards? So if Jaden Daniels, let's look this up. Let me show you guys what I'm doing. So if Jaden Daniels' stained glass does like $700 or close to it, but then we just discovered his PSA 10 did 1875 auction. So check this out. Check what I'm doing here. Jayden Daniels, stained glass, right? His raw or not graded is like $700, and his PSA 10 is like $1,900. So if we do the math there, and we do 1,900 divided by 700, that's about 2.71 times, right? 2.71 times from raw to graded. So Michael Penix, right? We just discovered Michael Penix stained glass. His raw is about, call it $300. And if we times that by 2.71, that means his PSA 10 should be 300 times 2.71 equals 813. So 813. So because this is the same product and the same level of difficulty, like the cards are the same level of difficulty. They're just different pictures on the card. Generally, it's going to have a similar multiplier. Sometimes a little bit different. Like I'm sure Jayden Daniels is just a little bit more because he has more collectors and he just is a more coveted of a player. But this is how I kind of do the math to make sure, okay, if I bid $300 on this card, I want to make sure I'm going to at least double my money. And there's no comps or sales of Michael Penix, but there is of Jayden Daniels, and that's kind of the conclusion I come to. So we'll do like 309. We'll bid 309. So that's pretty good. Now I know Michael Penix. Now I know stained glass cards are solid. And these cards, I don't even need to look. I'm going to double my money with these Prism cards because I just know any of them 10. I'm going to over double my money. But move over to Caleb Williams. Penix doesn't have as many cards, man. I don't know if I could just be saying that to say it, but I feel like he doesn't have as many. And I like him. I like him as a purchase. Let's see. Oh, wait, let's do I don't know why it makes me click search again. So it honors this minimum bid count of 1. Let's see. Silver Prism. Caleb Williams. It's off-centered. This top is bigger than the bottom. So no good. No good for what we're looking to do. Blue Wave. This is being sold by consignment. I never like stuff sold by consignment. They're usually usually not in good condition. And you know this is consignment, like this card's consignment too, because this is a huge eBay store. So, yeah. Usually people just dump their crappy cards there that are in bad condition. This card is terribly off-centered. Look how smaller this top is in the bottom. No good. You could pause the video and rewind it if you need to see that again. Caleb Williams stained glass. Yeah, it's being sold by consignment, so I'm just going to stay away. Why is so much Caleb Williams being sold by consignment? Yeah, same thing. Consignment. What? This is crazy. Same thing. Someone has a lot of Caleb Williams. They're just dumping them. Just dumping them. These cards crush. They're not easy to get a 10 though, but these cards crush. But this card's just. Yeah, so you can see photos for imperfections. So I'm gonna stay away from that. Snakeskin. Caleb Williams cards are in rough condition over here. This edge looks funny. Right here, something looks funny. It just looks like wrinkled. Caleb Williams, Blue Prism. Nah. Not fun. Caleb Williams, not fun. Let's look at Bo Nix. Bo Nix will be more fun. Let's take a look at Mr. Bo Nix. We already got a bunch of, how many did we get? We got, can I see here? Yeah, we got like 4 or 5 snipes in so far. It's pretty good. Yes, off-centered, bottom, smaller than the top. And I'm just very picky with the Prism. Some of this stuff might grade a 10, but I'm just being picky. Little off-centered. Yeah, but that corner's white, so no good for what we're looking to do here. Donner's optic, number to 50. Huh. Yeah. Oh man, these cards are brutal. This left is bigger than the right. This card's not gonna grade a 10. Pandora out of 400. Ooh, look at that. That corner looks crispy. That looks crispy. Standard size. And this guy, so I just kind of know from being in sports cards a long time, like if this is what you titled the card, Panini Pandora, you didn't put the word Prism in there. It just looks funny. Like this guy definitely doesn't buy and sell sports cards a lot. So he definitely doesn't grade cards. I just know by the title of this card that he doesn't. But he did take some pretty decent pictures. So, and the back actually looks really good. And this card looks perfectly centered. Like this card looks, if I had to bet a lot of money, I think I would bet this card with 10. But nonetheless, let's look at what this card actually sells for. Pandora out of 400. Bo Nix. Oh man, looks like everyone has got the same theory I have. So this card sells in like the low 200s. This is the type of card, it's in good condition, and it's probably going to sell over comps. So like if you look at it, this card's probably worth like what? Last sale at 219. The sale and these sales in China did cheaper because no one likes to buy cards from China. I like to buy cards from China because they're usually in better condition because people don't grade cards over there. But this is the type of card where I'm gonna overpay, right? And this card, like the way I look at this card, just to let you know how my brain works, right? This card actual value is like 220. I plan on paying probably like 260. And if the card gets a PSA 10, I should profit. Like this card will probably do at least $700 as a 10. So like I should profit $400 as a 10 on this card, honestly. But if it gets a PSA 9, it's probably gonna sell for like, I'm probably gonna lose like 80 to 100. So more than usual, but I'm just very confident this card's gonna get a 10. But this is a good gamble, right? Even if you're successful 50% of the time, this is a gamble you want to make. So I'm gonna be aggressive here and like just bid like 263 because this is a card I really want. I think it's gonna grade well. I'm very confident. So yeah, very, very confident in that card. We'll see. Imagine it comes back and I'll let you guys know in a month or two that it didn't grade a 10. That wouldn't be a good look for me, right? Red Prism. This card's off-centered. No good. Who are we missing? We're missing JJ McCarthy. And then Jaden Daniels. And let's do our little search thing again, just to make sure it honors the one bid count. I'm just ripping through auctions here. I don't know why. That's just what I'm in the mood for. I'm in the mood to look at auctions. Green Scope. These are coveted cards. People like these Green Scope cards a lot. Why? I don't know. I think it looks cool, but. Oh, so this corner looks, it's kind of fuzzy, but I don't see any white. It actually looks pretty good. I wish there was a better picture, but I'll have to ask for one. But let's look up what this sells for. Green Scope McCarthy. So this card, these are autographs. You have to be careful. That's something I used to get tripped on. This card is not autographed. And let's take a look at, he definitely doesn't grade cards, right? He probably just breaks open packs and boxes. So this card, still have to do like minimum $50 so we don't miss anything. The autograph version does like $600 to $700. So not autographed is like 300, 307. But this one, the product was newer. It might be a little bit less now. What's this card? This card's only at 109 with a day left. So, I mean, once again, I don't need to see any PSA 10s of this card because I know this card's not going to be easy to grade a 10. If it gets a 10, I'm going to make a lot of money. So, it's probably worth like, I'm just guessing here, 268. I'll commit. The card looks pretty good. I think it's a pretty safe purchase. It's going to be a really easy sale, even if it doesn't grade a 10. JJ McCarthy, Blue Wave. I don't have a good look at that. It actually looks pretty good now that I'm looking at it a little bit more. Let's look up Blue Wave. Blue Wave McCarthy. PSA 9 did $400. I don't really believe that. Here we go. PSA 9 at 244. Raw is around the same, 227, 250. Any 10 sales? No, it doesn't look like it. But this card's perfectly centered. This bottom is the same size as the top. The corner looks pretty good. Did we establish if he grades cards? A little bit. He probably doesn't. I need a better picture. And also there's something. Hopefully that's on the case, right? Hold on. Let's see. This card's not autographed. You guys see that? There's a line going. This looks like it's on the case, not the card, but I'm going to bid on it, and then I will send him a message asking him. So, wait, we established this card's like 227. I'm gonna lowball this one. 209. So it's at 117. I might win that one. I wouldn't put it past me, even though I'm lowballing it. JJ McCarthy, white checkerboard. Yeah, this corner's messed up right here. So no good. What we're looking to do. Blue disco. Oh, nah. Something looks funny. It's not a clear picture, but something looks funny down there. Gold auto at a 25. Donruss. Corners look funny. This card doesn't excite me either. Not an exciting one. See JJ McCarthy stained glass. It's a little off center. The left is smaller than the right. Unless I need a better picture. Let's see. Yeah, that's too off centered. Silver auto. These are gonna be really hard to grade. The pop count on these is gonna be really, really low. You better make sure this card's in damn perfect condition. Which actually, it's like a fuzzy picture. Need a better picture. Oh, here we go. Still, it's a shitty picture. Oh, that's a better picture. Okay. This card actually looks like it's in good condition. These cards have a lot of surface issues, at least in the past. Like, what is this up there? See those dimples? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's no good. Even though he put ungraded excellent. Unless this is on the... There's a lot of them. Is it on the card? Is it just a crappy picture? I don't know. The card looks... Too many like possible dimple errors for me. JJ McCarthy XRC auto. These are really good cards. Let's see what these sell for. I'm actually curious. XRC McCarthy at a 99 auto. Let's take a look. So this card, the last one did 771. PSA 9 did 490. My lord. No one wants this card as a PSA 9. But I will come in and lowball. Because the card looks good. Let me just make sure this guy doesn't grade cards. Oh, there's only one, so he probably doesn't. So I'll come in at like 508. Because the PSA 9 did like 450 or whatever that was, which is kind of scary. Kind of scary. And let's look at our boy, Jaden Daniels over here. Mr. Greatest Rookie of all time. And let's do minimum bid count 1. Let's search. And these cards are going to sell. He's going to sell for more than the other quarterbacks, of course. Ooh, look at that corner. It's like boop, boop. Sharp right corner. I like it. And let's see the seller's other items. Does he grade cards? He does not grade cards. The center. The centering is a little too far off. Shit. The top here is just too small for the bottom. That sounds like like a inappropriate term, but it's the truth. Bomb Squad. Let's see what does Bomb Squad sell for. Bomb Squad. Donruss. Jaden Daniels. What do you sell for? Why is this so? Am I missing something? Oh, hollow. Hollow out of 100. Oh, okay, different card. Yeah, this did. No, this card's too off center. The bottom is too small for the top, but really nice card. You'd make a lot of money if you were able to 10 that. Let's see. These lower end Jaden Daniels cards, like these pink prisms, you 10 these, dude, you'll make a lot of money. You'll like this card looks pretty good. The centering's off a little bit. It's not too bad. It's off a little bit. The top is a little bit smaller than the bottom over here, but it's still intriguing enough to look at. He doesn't grade cards. Let's see what this sells for. Jaden Daniels Prism Pink. $100 around, a little bit over. 110, 120. This card's already at 109. I mean, this is like a lose $40, make $300 type of deal. So I'll come in strong at 124. This is a card I want. I think this is pretty low risk, pretty high reward. I think this card looks pretty good. So these, I think this card actually is what students in my program have made the most amount of money on, like ever. These orange disco prism NFL cards. You just make bank. Let's look here. Orange. These cards do like 130. It seems like. Any 10 sales? No 10 sales, but you're making double your money easy. Let's do a little snipe job here at 129. Very nice. Silver Prism. This is also another card you're going to make a lot of money on. Can't see that corner too well, even though it looks pretty good. Oop. Huh. It actually looks really good. Wow. And the card's pretty perfectly centered. This top and bottom are pretty close. Let's see what do Jaden Daniels silvers go for. Daniels silver prism. PSA 9. This is not the same card. No 10s yet. Oh, there's a 10. 16. Wow. There's no way this is going to maintain, but $1,600. And you could buy this card raw, not graded, for like $250. What? I'm going to... This excites me. I'm going to bid $287 on this one. Sick. I'm going to buy a lot of cards from this. Look at all the silver prisms ending. You just have to be so careful as to, like, you can see this corner's kind of rounded. Anything, and this is also being sold by consignment. Anything, you just want to be very wary. No Huddle, Purple Disco. This card's not going to be in good condition. It's sold by a consignment guy, and you can see why. The corner, no good. No good. You guys, by the way, side note, you see that Four Nations NHL tournament? What a great idea that was. It's so intense. Yeah, this is a nice one. Let's see if he sells cards. This card is basically perfectly centered. That top and bottom are pretty damn close. I doubt he grades cards. Probably not based off his store over here. None of these are graded. And let's take a look. Yeah, I think I just looked a second ago, but I kind of forgot. Jaden Daniels pink prism. Yeah, we did look a second ago. A little over $100. This is already at 117. So this card's like the top end. It sells for 140. I'll come in and bid like 137. I'm pretty confident that this card's going to grade a 10. If it 10s, it's easy $400 plus. I don't even need to think about it. Neon green pulsar. Need a better picture. I don't like it. I need a better picture. Wow. We got a lot of snipes in. There's a PSA 10 silver. This is gonna sell for a lot of money. Looks a little funny. Looks a little funny, that corner right there. Jaden Daniels XRC. The problem with these XRC cards, they're so liquid and people love them, but a lot of the times you don't double your money if they 10, and if they get a 9, you lose a lot of money. I don't know why they're like that, but they've just always been like that. Like, you could see a 9, right? Raw is like $540, $700, and a 9 did $490. Just brutal. I'm going to stay away. It's also being sold by consignment. All right, I'll give that a wrap. We put in a crap ton of bids. There's going to be a lot of purchases here. And you could see just how feasible it really is to make money with sports cards, because I've been, obviously I've been doing this a long time, so I get it. It's a little bit easier for me, but like even if you operate at half the speed, it could be, pretty damn lucrative for sure. Actually, this will be the last one I look at, I swear. This is being sold by a consignment guy. This is probably not going to grade. Sick card. I love it. But let's head back to the camera. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, but let's go back. Interesting 30 minutes on eBay right there. So I was really trying to hammer home auctions because it's much higher leverage on your time, right? You basically have two ways of buying a card on eBay. It could be or best offer, where you make an offer, they counter, you go back and forth and you message, or just auction. Now, auction is just easier because there's an auction, and especially the way I do it, I use this software called Easy Sniper. I just have to plug in a number and it will automatically bid for me in the last second. I could just forget about it. I never have to think of the card again. I'll be notified if I win the card. If I don't win the card, I'll be notified as well. So it's a lot more efficient. The downside is most cards, especially most good cards, are via or best offer. So it does require some more effort to buy and grade these cards. If you really want to do it at scale, you can't just win auctions. Then also you're able to build connections and actually meet people because you're going back and forth with an or best offer deal versus an auction deal. But I'm just kind of doing what's best for me at the moment. My life is really, really crazy. So it's just best for me to bid on auctions. And if I win, great. If I don't win, not great. But you can see what I was looking at, right? All these young quarterbacks, there's so many cards out there to be graded. And if you've followed anything I've said ever, I like to buy guys that are not hot and sell them when they are hot, right? Something is only an opportunity when no one else sees it as an opportunity. That's why I prefer Bryce Young and Anthony Richardson, CJ Stroud. I don't want to go after like Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels. I will. You can get these cards graded to make money, but I'm just trying to put my money in the best position. And sure, I could buy cards of Bo Nix and get them graded, and I'm sure I'll make money on it. But I want to do that and buy players that have a high chance of going up in value as well. Someone that could really catch the hype train. Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels and a lot of these newer quarterbacks, they're already on the hype train. They're probably not going to appreciate much when we get closer to the NFL season. Maybe they'll go up 10%, 15%. I could be wrong. I'm trying to predict the future here. But someone like Bryce Young or Anthony Richardson or CJ Stroud, I could see going up 40, 50%. Will it happen? We'll see. I'm just talking based on my previous experiences. Like last year, I remember Kyler Murray skyrocketed in value. No one was on him, right? So that's kind of how it goes. Like Jaden Daniels, I could tell you, he's not going to double in value unless the craziest thing happens because everyone's already on him, right? The guys that are going to double in value and you're really going to hit a home run with are the guys that no one's expecting right now. Keep that in mind. Just a little food for thought. But hopefully you enjoyed this. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.